Big budget AAA games are a great way to shoot things in robot suits, but you can only do that for so long before you start to crave some variety. That's where we come in with some recommendations for smaller upcoming games that let you do things you simply can't do anywhere else, including challenging Satan to a drinking contest and beating up cakes. Am I reading that right? I am. Good. Enjoy.
Milo, how long have we been friends?
Our entire lives.
Our whole entire lives. And so I want you to understand that I'm not blaming you for getting us killed and sent to hell. And I'm not even saying how drinking Satan to get back home is the worst idea you've ever had.
Okay, well, Lola, what are you saying?
Sure, some of us have had hangovers that feel like we're journeying through the 7 circles of hell, but for Milo and Lola, the stars of Afterparty, things are a lot more depressingly literal.
Welcome to hell. You're dead. You're dead. We're all in hell.
Milo and Lola, it turns out, are dead and in hell. They have to figure out why by voyaging through the underworld, chatting to people, and impressing hell's lieutenants with beer pong, dance-offs, and karaoke. Impress enough people in hell with your hard partying, and you stand a chance of returning to the human world, but only by beating the devil himself in a drinking contest.
One great Amathian, I guess.
From the makers of Oxenfree, Afterparty features the same dialogue system that made conversations in that game feel so natural, and various drinks from the in-game bars give your characters access to different conversation options that can help or hinder your chances of impressing people.
Look, I'm really sorry you look like that, but losing to me isn't gonna help.
There's no exact release date for Afterparty beyond 2019, but we'll be keeping a close eye on this one. Or as close an eye as we can when the room's spinning this much. Shouldn't have had all those great Amathians.
I'm just saying, you should pace yourself.
What's the last thing you remember?
The Forgotten City is an indie adventure with an origin story nearly as curious as that of the game itself. It started life as a popular mod for the Elder Scrolls V Skyrim, only it wasn't one of those mods that turned spiders into bears or dragons into Macho Man Randy Savage. Yeah! Like that, yes. Instead, the Forgotten City added a story-based, self-contained adventure to the world of Skyrim, set in an ancient subterranean city tucked away behind a waterfall. In fact, we played it on this channel a few years ago.
Did all my clothes come off?
Yeah,
Let's go meet
the Jarl in the buff. Like that, yes. Now the Forgotten City has taken on a life of its own and is coming out as a full-blown standalone game adapted from the original mod.
What if you discovered a city long forgotten? A place only rumored in ancient myth and legend.
It's been restyled and transplanted to ancient Rome, but otherwise it concerns the same kind of sinister murder mystery and impending doom, which you are trying to solve and or avert with looping time travel.
If one person here commits a sin, everyone will die.
So sign us up for Source Code Ancient Rome Edition, coming in late 2019 to Xbox One and PC. You know how cooking shows are 300% more enjoyable when you're hungry? Well, I don't want to oversell for-player cake-themed party game Cake Bash, but I am hungry right now, and this is the greatest innovation to the fighting game genre since Street Fighter first introduced 6-button controls. The premise of Cake Bash, coming to Xbox One, PS4, Switch and PC at some point this year, is that you are an adorable sentient cake trying to make yourself even more delicious than your rival cakes by covering yourself in delicious fixins and avoiding grubby pigeons. Presumably your ultimate objective is to be the first among your peers to be consumed and digested by a giant ravenous human. Pretty messed up when you think about it. Regardless, we can't wait to play a dainty fondant fancy smashing our friends and loved ones to crumbs in local multiplayer. Have some of that plain ring donut, you're not special. We haven't been this excited or aggressive about baked goods since the ice cream incident in Great British Bake Off Season 5. Just announced this week, Stella is an atmospheric platform puzzle game coming this year to Xbox One and PC. In it, you play as a young woman witnessing the final days of a mysterious ancient world and then clambering all over it. The game looks beautiful, and from the brief trailer, the gameplay is reminiscent of Limbo and Inside, with players using physics, gravity, and some good old-fashioned environmental destruction to solve puzzles. There are also some deeply creepy looking enemies for you to spend your time creeping past or running away from in blind panic. As long as there are no giant insects like Limbo's spider, we're good. God damn it, Stella. Take a look at the society in which Beholder 2 is set and guess how things are going. Yeah, that's not great, is it? But hey, at least you're on the right end of this totalitarian state. Given how you work for the all-powerful monochrome government, you'll be more oppressor than oppressee. Presumably, you'll be the one rubber stamping the terrible fates of other people. Or will you? That's up to you, it turns out, in Beholder 2, which came out on Steam late last year and is coming to Xbox this year. Where in the first game you were a landlord, this time you're a ministry official, ready to clamber up the career ladder. Only your father, another ministry official, is dead under mysterious circumstances, and it's left to you to investigate that, to do your job, and to comply with or resist the Orwellian authorities as you see fit, with your choices channeling you towards one of the game's multiple endings. I mean, how much do you really want that big corner office? Do they even have big corner offices here? Doesn't look like it. Here at Outside Xbox, we're suckers for spooky first-person horror games, particularly ones set in creepy mansions, where the interior decoration is mostly baby dolls on strings. As such, Silver Chains from Head Up Games looks like it's going to be right up our dimly lit street when it comes out later this year on consoles and PC. The plot, as if it matters, concerns a guy called Peter, who after a mysterious accident wakes up in an abandoned mansion in rural England. As he explores the house, he starts to discover that he might have been there before, also ghosts. Anyway, it looks great, has the right creepy atmosphere, and manages some genuinely unsettling scares in the gameplay we've seen so far. And the storyline reminds us of classic PC horror games, 7th Guest and 11th Hour. Plus, there's something endearing about a game that's willing to use this many horror cliches all in one go. All it needs now is a creepy old gramophone coming to life, and we've got the full set. You see? These guys get it.
Charge ready.
If you like Rainbow Six Siege but can't be doing with that irritating third dimension, then we might have just the game for you, which came out on Steam late last year and is coming to console in 2019. The descriptively titled Door Kickers Action Squad is a side-scrolling platform shooter for 1 or 2 players that puts you in control of a SWAT team. Said team is tasked with taking out a succession of pixely bad guys who are up to various blocky forms of no good. Kicking indoors is just the start, however. There are 5 different SWAT team members for you to choose from, each with different perks and equipment. Enemies are super lethal, and any hostages that bite the dust are going to take your score with them too. Far from being a frantic shoot-'em-up, Door Kickers Action Squad is more of a tactical puzzle game, asking you to figure out the best, most efficient and least casualty-heavy route through a level. High scores mean more stars, which you can then spend on better equipment for your team, which is a win-win for everyone involved. I mean, apart from doors. Those were 7 upcoming Xbox One games that might just get you out of your gaming rut. Let us know which you like the look of in the comments, then like and subscribe for more videos from Outside Xbox. Thank you for watching.